皆さんこんにちは。空の桜井正宏です。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズスペシャルなのですが、この度日本ゲーム大賞でなんと5冠を達成するという記録が出てしまいました。その他にもすごくいろいろな賞をいただいています。一つ一つが
Hello everyone, I'm DExus from TheDeeForGuy Show, a big fan of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game. I'm here to inform you that Mr. Sakurai is currently unavailable and will not be able to present the fighter planned for this presentation. So, in his place, I will be showing you how to use a different fighter than the one Mr. Sakurai had prepared for us, which will be revealed now. Please take a look.
Let's go!
Yes, there you have it. Bandana Waddle Dee from the Kirby series is joining the battle. The Kirby series hasn't gotten a new fighter since Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So Sakurai decided that it was about time Kirby fans got a new fighter in the game. And who better than the fourth main character of the series? In case you're not familiar with the Kirby series or Bandana Waddle Dee, don't worry, I will now be explaining a few things. So, who is Bandana Waddle Dee? Bandana Waddle Dee was first introduced in Kirby Superstar as the first opponent in the minigame Megaton Punch. And that's pretty much it. There are only 4 Kirby games, and he only appeared in just this one. I'm kidding. After this minuscule appearance, he wasn't seen again for a while, all the way up until the remake of Kirby Superstar Ultra for the Nintendo DS, where he not only reappeared as the first opponent in the Megaton Punch minigame, but was also a character in Revenge of the King, a new mode added to the game. In this mode, he was King Dedede's most trusted servant. Due to King Dedede seeking revenge on Kirby after the events of Spring Breeze, Kirby barged into the King's castle and took down every single one of the King's defenses. Bandana Waddle Dee was up next as the second to last boss fight in that mode. Due to being weak, King Dedede spared his life and told Bandana Waddle Dee to leave the castle, as to not get defeated by Kirby's hand. Bandana Waddle Dee didn't follow the commands of his king, and fought against Kirby anyways, in which he quickly failed. After this, Bandana Waddle Dee returned as a playable character and ally to Kirby in Kirby's Return to Dreamland for the Nintendo Wii. He also appeared in the 2 mainline Kirby games for the Nintendo 3DS, Kirby Triple Deluxe, and Kirby Planet Robobot, as a background support character who appeared before boss fights, giving Kirby health items for the fight. He was also the only playable character, apart from Kirby, on the Nintendo Wii U spin-off Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Then, in the 3DS spin-off Kirby Battle Royale, he was Kirby's closest companion and friend during the Cake Royale, where they fought their way to victory, both together and on their own. Bandana Waddle Dee also played a role in the Kirby Clash titles, as a friend who every 12 hours harvests the in-game currency Gem Apples and gives them to Kirby for free. What a good friend. In Kirby Star Allies, Bandana Waddle Dee returns as the first unlocked Dream Friend, and in Kirby Fighters 2, Bandana Waddle Dee is Kirby's buddy during the events of the story mode. Who would have thought that a little Waddle Dee would come so far? The little guy has had a stellar attendance in the Kirby series, and deserves a prize. That prize being the greatest prize of all, an invitation to Super Smash Bros. Now, on to what you are here for. But before that, please note that I will be using footage from Kirby Star Allies, Kirby Fighters 2, and any other game needed, instead of actual Smash Bros. Gameplay. Because this is totally a real update to the real game that the real Masahiro Sakurai and the real Smash team totally developed in the real world. So with all that out of the way, let us begin. So, this is our new fighter, Bandana Waddle Dee. I've made him play almost exactly as he does in the Kirby games. The only major difference is that he's not able to air hop indefinitely. Instead, here, he'll be able to jump twice. Bandana Waddle Dee's primary weapon is his trusty spear, which he uses for fast and long-reaching attacks, and has a tipper effect. You are better off using the spear when an opponent is just at the tip of the weapon, instead of right next to you. The spear isn't the only weapon Bandana Waddle Dee has used though. Waddle Dee kind are known for using parasols, Bandana Waddle Dee being no different. He has used the weapon in the past, and has brought it here to Super Smash Bros. Parasol attacks are slower and don't reach as long, but are better for when the opponent is next to you. The natural attack is Spear Thrust, where Bandana Waddle Dee thrusts his spear forwards. You can follow this attack with a flurry attack, by quickly tapping multiple times the attack button after the first spear thrust. If you press to the opposite side he is attacking to after the first spear thrust or after the multi-spear thrust, he will do a back thrust. If you, instead of tapping, press and hold the attack button, Bandana Waddle Dee will instead do the parasol swing attack. If you leave the attack button pressed during this attack, he will spin his parasol in place, doing the parasol shield. The dash attack is Parasol Drill. The side tilt is Waddle Spear Throw. If you press and hold the attack button, Bandana Waddle Dee will hold his throwing position. While in this state, he will be able to slowly move forwards and backwards. Once you release the attack button, he will throw a single spear forwards. The up tilt is Skyward Thrust. The down tilt is Parasol Twirl. His neutral air is also Parasol Twirl, but if while Bandana Waddle Dee is doing this attack you press down, Bandana Waddle Dee will instead do the Parasol Dive attack. His forward air is Waddle Barrage, where he can throw as many spears forwards as he pleases. His back air is Back Thrust. His up air is the Skyward Thrust. And his down air is the Moondrop. Bandana Waddle Dee also has the iconic spear move only he can do, the Ground Thrust. Here, to do it you have to make a special input. Press down, then forwards and attack, or down while running. His ledge attack is a short version of the Gale Thrust, and his get up attack is a quick version of the Windmill, both attacks being from Kirby Battle Royale. In his side smash, he does the Aqua Shot. In his up smash, he does the Shumbrella. And in his down smash, he does the Parasol Spin. Bandana Waddle Dee grabs the opponent with his free hand. He pummels the grabbed opponent by whacking them with the stick of his spear. The forward throw is his throw from Kirby Fighters 2. The back throw and up throw are both Circus Throw, and the down throw is a Circus Throw from Kirby Battle Royale. As you can see, most of the attacks are straight up taken from his moves in Kirby games, while also borrowing some moves from the Spear and Parasol copy abilities. Now I'd like to go over his special moves. First, his neutral special is Megaton Punch, an attack based off his first appearance in Kirby Superstar. In the attack, Bandana Waddle Dee punches the ground, causing the floor in front of him to crack. The punch can be just as strong as Captain Falcon's Falcon Punch, and the crack in the floor will also hurt and launch any opponent standing over it, similarly to the POW block. When the special button is pressed, a small-timed minigame based off the one in Megaton Punch appears over Bandana Waddle Dee. You have to press and hold the button for it to move around. Once you let go of the special button, it will stop moving. The strength and length of the attack depends on how close to the center that button is. If it's in either of the corners, the attack will be very weak, and will only reach in front of him. If it ends in the exact middle, the attack will be very strong, and it reaches up to the half of battlefield. If done in the air, Bandana Waddle Dee will simply punch the air. Thus, to make up for the lack of range and that gimmick, this version of the attack will be very, very deadly. Next, his side special is Rough Rider. Waddle Dees in Kirby games can be usually seen riding pig-like enemies known as Roughs. Bandana Waddle Dee does that in his side special. A Rough pops out of nowhere and he rides on it directly forwards. Rough runs forwards and automatically jumps off ledges. Once it runs into an opponent, it gets defeated and poofs out of existence. It can also get defeated if it gets hit once, knocking Bandana Waddle Dee out of it. To get off Rough, simply press the jump button and Bandana Waddle Dee will hop out of its back. This will leave the Rough running on its own. Next is his up special, Waddle Copter. If you have played as Bandana Waddle Dee before, you must have already seen this one coming. Bandana Waddle Dee puts his spear over his head and spins it super fast, as if it was a helicopter blade. Impressive, isn't it? When started, Bandana Waddle Dee will go a short distance up into the air, and will then stay there while spinning his spear. Now you are free to move around as much as you want. The amount of time you have to control him while flying around depends on how long you hold the special button before doing this attack. He then slowly descends while spinning his spear slower than before. During this state, you can press down for him to go down faster. This attack is very similar to Piranha Plant's up special. Next is his down special, Gem Apple Throw. In the Kirby Clash games, Bandana Waddle Dee likes to rest under the shade of the Gem Apple tree. And in Magolor's playable appearance as a dream friend in Kirby Star Allies, he throws those very same gem apples as explosives. Since Bandana Waddle Dee has a connection with those apples, I believe that he could use those in his moveset. For this attack, Bandana Waddle Dee throws a single gem apple bomb forwards. The bomb can be manually detonated, but it automatically blows up on its own after some time passes. The explosion caused by the gem apple bomb can change depending on how long it's out. The gem apple will grow larger and glow more to indicate the explosion has grown. The gem apple bomb is also treated like an item, meaning that it can be held and thrown by opponents. You might want to keep an eye while holding the gem apple bomb, since it might explode while you're holding it. Lastly, his final smash is Waddle Dee Ball Burst. A final smash that combines the Waddle Dee balls from Kirby Star Allies with King Dedede's Super Smash Bros. Brawl Final Smash. Bandana Waddle Dee happily hops in place to summon a large Waddle Dee ball that falls directly on top of him and anyone around it, this causing massive damage to any unlucky foe hit by the Ball of Cuteness. The ball then blows up into a crowd of Waddle Dees that run across the stage for 10 seconds, damaging anyone in their way. I'll also touch on a few other things. His sleeping animation is from the intro cutscene of Kirby's Dream Collection. His ledge animation is a reference to his animation in the Let Me Explain Everything cutscene from Kirby's Return to Dreamland. He grabs the stage just like how he holds onto the Warp Star in Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Let's see what happens when swallowed by Kirby. Yep, he wears the same blue bandana. His taunts are his new player animation from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, a shorter version of his short victory dance in Kirby Battle Royale, and his Dream Friend animation from Kirby Star Allies. And here are his color variations. The first three are based on his colors in Kirby Star Allies and Kirby and the Rainbow Course, yellow and green, while blue being based only from Kirby Star Allies. The pink color is based on the playable Pink Waddle Dee on the Kirby 64 minigames. The red color is from his original sprite appearance, and the last two are based on regular Waddle Dees, orange being their main color, and gray based on their appearance on the Game Boy games. His victory animations are taken from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Kirby Battle Royale, and Kirby Fighters 2. I hope that you enjoyed the references to many appearances and animations of his. Now I'll introduce the stage. Dream Kingdom, otherwise known in the Kirby Clash games as villages. In the games, Bandana Waddle Dee sleeps calmly in the middle of this village, so I figured that this would be the best stage for him to come with. In the Super Kirby Clash game, there are two villages, Port Village and Castle Village. I couldn't choose just one, so I went with both. By simply selecting the stage, you will randomly be assigned one of the two. But if before you select the stage, you press and hold the L button when selecting a stage, you'll select the Port Village. While if you press and hold the L and R buttons when selecting the stage, you'll select the Castle Village. The stage is a pretty long walk-off stage. The village has 6 main places. Going from left to right, we first got the amiibo statue. In the Kirby Clash games, you can tap your amiibos in the statue to get free items. Here in Smash, it'll just be in the background looking pretty. Magolor's shop follows. In the game, this is your one-stop shop for any gears and weapons, all ran by Magolor. Here in Smash, it works like a platform, with the players standing on the shop's roof. Right next to the shop is the quest board. In the game, this is where Kirby goes to play the next level, or as the game calls it, quest. But here in Smash, it acts just like the amiibo statue. In the center of the stage is the Gem Apple Tree, Bandana Waddle Dee's favorite resting spot. This Gem Apple Tree puts out gem apples every 12 hours, and also grows when you buy more gem apples on the shop. Here in Smash, the Gem Apple Tree slowly grows gem apples during the fight. Once the gem apples are ripe, any player can hit them and launch those gem apples forwards. Unlike Bandana Waddle Dee's gem apple bombs, these are regular gem apples, so they don't explode. But they are extremely heavy, and if they hit an opponent when launched, said opponent will get a lot of damage. Next to the Gem Apple Tree is the Adventurer Bell. In the game, this bell is used to call wandering travelers to join Kirby's party. Here in Smash, you can interact with this bell every now and then by hitting it. Once hit, the bell will ring very strong, sending shockwaves around it, and also packing a punch if anyone is near enough when it swings. The bell will indicate when it's ready to ring by swinging slowly. Finally, next to the bell is the password chest. In the game, you can enter secret passwords to get free items and gem apples. Here in Smash, it simply acts just like the amiibo statue and quest board. By the way, there are guest characters in the background. I'd like to introduce you to the rest of Kirby's friends. Once again, going from left to right, starting in the Port Village, we have Kinda Fish from Kirby's Dream Land 2, peacefully sleeping on a bench. Maybe try to fight quietly to not wake him up. Oh, never mind, he already woke up. And there he goes back to sleep. Huh? What's that shadow flying up there? Oh, it's Dark Meta Knight from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Inside of the shop, you can see its owner, Magolor from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, sitting inside of it. If you look a little bit upwards, you can see the boy with the silver hair, Terranza from Kirby Triple Deluxe, sitting on its roof holding what seems to be a flower dear to him. I wonder what it reminds him of. Behind the shop, you can see Nago from Kirby's Dreamland 3, peacefully resting under the sun. And look! His friend Pitch from Kirby's Dreamland 3, flying towards Nago. If we closely look in the background, we might spot the sneaky thief and leader of the Squeaks, the Roach, from Kirby's Squeak Squad. Huh, maybe he's stealing something. On the other side, we can see two of the Mage sisters, Francisca and Flamberge from Kirby's Star Allies, having a nice conversation. And next to them, we can see Rick from Kirby's Dream Land 2, peacefully sitting on a bench. Oh, and let's not forget about Ku from Kirby's Dream Land 2, flying all across the stage. Now on the other stage, Castle Village, we can see even more of Kirby's friends. First, we can see Adeline from Kirby 64, painting something in her canvas, while her best friend Ribbon watches. This time, the CEO from the Haltman Company, Susie from Kirby Planet Robobot, sits on the roof of the shop. Is she humming to herself a song? Behind the shop, we can see Chuchu from Kirby's Dream Land 3 just walking circles. It seems that she's playing a game with Gooey, also from Kirby's Dream Land 3, who is instead happily rolling from side to side. Aww, looks like he got a little bit dizzy. Next to the Gem Apple Tree, we can see the two friends from Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Aline and Calacia, talking about what I can only assume are arts and crafts. On the right side, we can see the other mage sister, Stand Party Sane, from Kirby Star Allies, peacefully sitting on a bench. Huh, and look who decides to show his face! It's Marx from Kirby Superstar, flying over there in the back. I guess he got tired of fighting some fighters in their classic modes. Oh, and also, if we look in the back towards the left, we can see the leader of the Jambandra cult, Highness from Kirby Star Allies. As you can see, this stage has a lot of characters, a total of 20 characters to be exact. I hope that you can enjoy seeing your favorite Kirby characters on this stage. Next, let's talk about the music. I focus on having most songs relate to Bandana Waddle Dee in some form or another, so don't expect any songs from Kirby's Dream Land to Kirby's Epic Yarn, with the exception of Superstar of course. Selecting songs really wasn't a problem, because Kirby music has always been great. The actual problem was not selecting too many tracks. After collecting what I consider to be the best tracks to represent the little guy, I ended up with 30 tracks. These might be too many, but since Sakurai and Hell Laboratory have history, I'm pretty sure they won't have any problem blending us that amount. So, have a look at the list. You might have noticed that one of the songs here is the Apple Juice song. And if you know about the Kirby series, this song isn't from a Kirby game. It is instead a song sung by Bandana Waddle Dee in the Kirby Memorial Arrangements concert. Here in Smash, the song is just a remix of Apple Scramble, but with the same lyrics on it. I hope that you enjoy the track selected. This Challenger pack, much like the previous Challenger packs, comes with a Spirit Board and a Classic mode. In this section, I will be showing you both. Don't expect much detail though. Have a look at the Spirit Board. Yeah, there are many, aren't there? Some are rematches to previous in-game spirits, and others are brand new fighters for characters who weren't spirits before. Some spirits like Highness, Aeon Hero, and Destined Rivals can be upgraded. Highness upgrading to his unhooded form, Aeon Hero upgrading to Aeon Hero Dark, and Destined Rivals upgrading to Masked Moon Warriors. As I said, I won't get into much detail with the Spirit Board, but for the ones curious, I will be quickly showing off each new Spirit battle. A quick rundown of the Spirit battles will be on screen when the Spirit is mentioned. Those being Masked DDD, Terranza, Queen Sectonia, President Haltman, Stardream, Team Kirby, Kirby Printer, Highness, Void Termina, Morphonite, King D-Mind, Aeon Hero Light, Shadow Kirby, and Sworn Partners. In the topic of spirits, this is Bandana Waddle Dee's Fighter Spirit. The artwork is from Kirby Fighters 2. And here is the Classic mode. The route is called Battle of Friends and Bonds, and is themed around the Dream Fronts, classic Kirby characters that returned in Kirby Star Allies. Can you guess what character each fighter represents? Now for the Mii Fighters. Please take a look. All the Mii costumes in the set are from the Kirby series. I particularly love DExus. He uses 2 of his hands as replacement for his legs. Also, I'd like to let you know that if you have these Mii costumes in the game, the spirit battles for these characters in Bandana Waddle Dee's spirit list will be replaced with Mii fighters using these Mii costumes. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has over 80 fighters, including 2 additional DLC Fighters Passes. If you ask me, that's more than enough. I'm thankful for Mr. Sakurai and the Smash team for making a game that lives up to its name. But since I'm already here, I might as well... You know what? Just have a look. Say hello to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 3, or as I like to call it, Volume 3X's. Looks like I still have more characters that I love to see in Smash. So, since I already got here, I might as well give you more DLC Challenger concepts. Just like the previous 2 Fighters Passes, the contents will be unknown. Also, it'll take a long time for me to finish the rest of the Challenger Pack videos, because this has been a very time-consuming process. I actually started working on this project on December 2020, and I still don't even know when it'll be finished. So I hope that you patiently wait for the next Challenger Pack presentation. Writing, recording, and editing takes a lot of time, especially for a type of video that is this long. Well, I think that wraps it up for my Bandana Waddle Dee showcase. I hope that I made Bandana Waddle Dee justice in this DLC concept. Thank you so much for watching. I am now off to work, because just like Mr. Sakurai, I too don't have any breaks. I'll be working very hard, so I hope that you'll continue to support the series and the channel. That is all. Thank you.